Hi, welcome to my cooking channel, where I'll show you how to cook professional food easy. Today we're going to be making fish and chips. Now we're going to make 4 things today. We need to make the fish, the chips, coleslaw, and make some tartar sauce too. Alright, let's get started. To start things off, we're going to cut our potatoes. We're going to make some chips. So you want to cut about, I'd say about 1/4 inch slices. And we're going to make them pretty thick. Not that big. You get a bowl of ice water and drop them in there. Now, these are going to stay in here for about 30 minutes. I'm going to get all the starch off them. Alright, to make some tartar sauce, we're going to make some aioli first. Now, don't be scared. We can do this together. We'll be alright. Okay. So, we need to separate the whites from the yolk. Next tip for this, you want to make sure your eggs are at room temperature. That is very important for making aioli. Alright, now you need a whisk and some oil. So first, go ahead and break up your yolk. Whisk for a second. The oil drop by drop. Very important, just 1 drop at a time. The reason for this is the egg yolk binds to this oil and it's going to create mayonnaise. Put it around like that. You can take a towel, get it nice and wet, then we'll wrap it around, kind of get a little base nice and tight, and it shouldn't move around anymore. Oh, too much oil. So if you do too much oil, just give it a minute, just whisk it really hard. And keep doing drop by drop.
2,000 years later.
So I get that creaminess to it. Don't try this at home. A little bit of salt. Now we've got a couple things here to add to our aioli to make it a tartar sauce. So we're going to start with making a little pickle relish. So we're going to take some pickles, slice them real thin. I'm going to make it real choppy. Oh, that's about 2 tablespoons. Next we're going to get some capers. These are pretty big, so probably only need like a teaspoon, tablespoon. Alright. Now, key to these is just chop up real fine, so just let your knife do the work. Next, we're going to add half a teaspoon of some dried dill weed. You can use fresh, but you're going to have to use a little bit more. Next, we're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire? Worcestershire. Now, we're going to move on to the potatoes. After draining your chips, you're going to want to put them on some rags. You want to dry these thoroughly. You're going to want to dry these really good with a towel.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
We're going to add some oil and some smoked paprika to these. We just need a couple tablespoons because we're doing these in the air fryer. And we're going to add some smoked paprika. I'd say about a tablespoon or so, maybe a little bit over a tablespoon. We're going to be doing these chips in the air fryer. You can also deep fry them if you like in some grapeseed or peanut oil, but we're trying to be a little more healthy. So we're going to turn her on. We're going to get the time going first. We're going to go up to, let's do 50 minutes. Temp, we're going to bring it down to 300. So we're going to go ahead and press start. We're going to let that preheat for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, we're going to get our trusty tongs, click them twice, make sure they work. Throw some of our chips on. We're just going to do a single layer. You don't want to overcrowd these. I throw these in here for about 20 minutes. We're going to check our fries now. They're looking great. A little soft, not crispy yet. So we're going to throw them back in. Turn the temperature up to 400. Now we need to check on these every 10 minutes or so, make sure they're not burned. Now let's start on our coleslaw. Now we're going to take our cabbage and we're going to cut it very thin, almost like a fine shave. Watch your fingers. Now we're going to add some shredded carrot to this. Mix that together. Alright, to make our dressing, we're going to start off with some white wine vinegar. We're going to eyeball about a quarter of a cup to half a cup here. That, we're going to add some Dijon mustard. We're just going to do a tablespoon of that. Give this a whisk. We're going to add just a little bit of oil to this, drop by drop like we did earlier. So, to this dressing, we're going to add a tablespoon of honey, some cracked black pepper, and some ground mustard. Go ahead and add our dressing to our coleslaw. Give her a toss. We're going to toss both of these in the fridge. These crispy chips on a baking sheet. We're going to throw these in the oven on warm, keep them warm. Now, for our fish, we have two flours in front of me, both bread flour. This one on the right is going to be our seasoned flour. It's just going to have black pepper and salt. On the left, we're going to make a batter. This is going to have black pepper, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, paprika. Now to this batter, we're going to add half a cup of ice cold vodka. We want it to be really cold. We're also going to add half a cup of ice cold beer. We're going to change that to 3/4 of a cup of vodka in total. Whisk this till smooth. Don't want to see any chunks. Spray with some non-stick spray. Batter. Use your left hand. Get nice and coated on each side. Let the excess drip off. We'll throw them in. After 5 minutes in the air fryer at 375, we're going to come out to a nice crispy golden fish.